Pak Yusuf, thank you. Thank you so much for the kind introduction and the kind words. I truly appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. It's a Sunday night here in Kuala Lumpur, but so that's why I would say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, everybody. Welcome to our Getting Started Right training. I must first applaud all of you for being here because you guys are committed to your own success. Very, very good. I'm so happy that we are attracting more people for the trainings because this training is really for everybody. And so, it's one of the proven success systems of our profession to help people become very, very successful. Okay, so tonight, um, some of you are new partners here in Thanks I with us. Some of you have been here and you've been coming to this training very, very consistently, which shows your commitment. Okay, so that's really, really important. You don't have to come to just one because I'm sure you have some people who like they come to one training and they're like, okay, I know already everything, right? It doesn't work that way, guys. So keep coming to the trainings for to refresh yourself. And for those who are here for the first time, welcome. You have made the best decision, especially during these times. Right, you are in one of the best platforms in the world, I would say. So this is going to be an amazing journey. And since this is a profession, this is an industry where a lot of people are very excited. A lot of people are very excited, but they may not have the necessary mindset or they may not have the necessary skills to get started right. So you see that the title itself speaks a lot. It says getting started right, not just getting started. Right. So that's very, very important. And in our industry, a lot of people make that mistake of just doing it without any skills, and sometimes they get hurt. They get hurt. They go out there, they bang their head on the wall. They go out there, they don't know what to say. They just say whatever that comes to mind, and they get very excited. So the thing that we do not want, especially with our partners, we care and love you. We want to make sure that we equip you. That's the word. We want to equip you with the necessary basic skills, some basic skills, and some right mindset in order when you get started with the right foot. So, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. So if your first step is right, and your second step is right, the third step becomes right, everything is well. A lot of people get started wrong, and then it exponentially becomes wrong. That's not so cool. Okay, so we wanna try and help that from the start. That's why I always tell people. I said this meeting, like the getting started, right? It's best for you to attend this meeting um, at the most, at the latest is 48 hours after you've seen a preview. So once you've seen a preview, you like exactly what we do, and you decide you want to partner up with us to do the business together with us, please attend this GSR. If let's just say this GSR is like a week away, please make sure you have a one-on-one GSR with your introducer or one of the leaders. Please do that as soon as possible. The last thing you want is that people go out there and they do the wrong things and not knowing they're doing the wrong things. All right. So they might be doing the wrong things and they're like, why am I not getting any results? Because you're in a whole different profession. So it requires a whole different set of skills. Right. So does that make sense? I mean, if you were an engineer and suddenly you want to become a doctor overnight, you cannot simply just tomorrow I want to be a doctor, just try to be a doctor. It doesn't work that way, right? But in this industry, you can do the wrong things and still get the right results, and that's dangerous. Okay, so then you're oblivious to your own. It's like a dog, right? A dog. They don't know they're wagging their tail so hard that they can literally, mess up the whole room, right? And they don't know because they're really excited. So here is the same thing. That is why we have these trainings week after week. All right. So that's why I said congratulations for being here and being committed 100% to your own success. And we'll be here for you week after week until we see all of you go crown diamond. Okay. So are you guys ready to get started? All right, it's a Sunday night, so let's do this. We have, oh yeah, yeah. We have 28 people right now on the call and a lot more people coming in. So we won't, because you guys are here early, go more people coming in, okay. We're gonna, okay. So 29 people on the call and, we're expecting a lot more to come in. Firstly, I want to say that before we get started, I want you guys to change your mindset a little bit. All right. Can you guys hear me well? Yeah, good. All right. So what I want to do is let you guys know that you guys are entering into an industry where it requires a whole different, different skill set. Any industry in this world, if you want to become successful, you need to first learn some skills and you need to master the skills and, and then you can become successful, right? This industry is no different. Whether you are part-time or whether you're full-time, you have to learn some set skills and you want to get started the correct way, okay? How many of you play sports? You all play sports? Yeah, some of you understand, okay, if you don't play sports, never mind. You may know how to play sports, right? So is it better that you have a coach right at the start to teach you the basics? Or is it better for you to just go in and, hey, I'm just going to have some fun and hopefully I will become a professional? You know what's going to happen? Because some people, they like football so much or they like golf so much, they go in it because, it looks nice, it looks interesting. But what happens is they develop very bad habits. They develop things, you might be able to kick the ball, okay, you might be able to hit the ball because you're playing golf and you're like, wow, that went so far, that felt good. But you may be doing the wrong things, getting the right results, and that's even more dangerous. You start doing some wrong things along the way, and for years, if you're doing that, and suddenly a professional comes along the way and he says, something's wrong, all right? He says, your basics are all out. And you realize that because you can't, there's a limit to where you can go because you're just doing the things you think is right. So when a professional comes and tries to correct your basics, your game may drop. You may not be able to, you may have to unlearn some things and relearn new things. So today, these meetings here is to make sure that you get those right at the start. The basics are correct. You don't go there and be like a salesman. We don't want to create a group of salesmen or people who go out there and hunt other people. We don't want to do that. Okay, so if you guys are ready, then I will start with our training. Cool. All right. So the beautiful thing and the lovely thing about ThanksI and about our industry is that we have a proven success system. It's like a franchise concept, right? You guys are familiar with franchise, like KFC, McDonald's. So they all have a system. A, B, C, D. You just follow A, B, C, D. You cannot say, oh, I don't like B. I just want to do A and I just want to do C. It just doesn't work that way. So even if you have a lot of money, you can buy a McDonald's franchise. You cannot say, oh, I want to paint my McDonald's blue because I just love the color blue, right? People wouldn't even know that's a McDonald's. Does that make sense, right? So you got to follow the system. You follow the system, you are guaranteed success, God willing. Okay? If you don't follow the system, you're almost guaranteed failure. Okay? So it's simple to understand. It's simple, yet people still want to try to do some things their own way. Try not to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to show you, I'm going to share with you my screen, and I'm going to share with you our wheel of fortune or our proven success system. Oops, sorry. Okay. Now, oops, what is this? Can you guys see my screen? What did I share? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What am I sharing? Hang on a minute. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Preview. Oh, okay. when I share this, what do you guys see? Do you guys see the business building wheel?
Oh, black screen.
Oh, black screen.
Black screen, right?
Mm.
Okay, something's wrong. Okay, so this means, how come I cannot get this up? Hmm, this is very
I share on
interesting.
your behalf.
Can you? Okay,
Yeah,
thank you so much, Alan. Something's wrong with my screen. Okay, sorry. Anyway, thanks, Alan. That's why we have all these amazing partners. Give a round of applause for Alan for being awesome. Thank you. So, guys, this is what we call the proven success system. In short, it's PSS. Most of our members here would like to call this the wheel of fortune. Literally, if you play it right, you get a huge amount of fortune. Okay, so if you look at this, if you look at this wheel right at the outer wheel, all of these elements that you see, the outer wheel, the inner wheel, the center of the wheel, all of the elements is essential for you in our franchise program, so-called, right? Every element is important. You have to make sure you don't ignore them. If at any point in time you feel that your business is slow, if you feel that your business is a bit slow, then look into any of these individual elements. You may have missed out one or two or even more. I can assure you that. So come back and rectify that just by looking back at this wheel. See if you forgot anything. Okay. So right at the top, all of you have decided to become a member. All right. Becoming a member is not simply just signing on the form. All right. Uh, Thank you, Alan. Becoming a member is simply well, you have to have the right mindset. You have to attend these trainings to understand that you want to become a loyal consumer, uh, and you want to make sure that you are a full 100% committed member, understanding how great the products are, and make sure that you sign up on the auto ship, all of that, becoming a true member. Because if you're not your own consumer of your own product, then you may not know how to share it with others because you yourself don't know the benefits of using the products. All right. So if you don't have any issues with your health, then probably you want to share it with some of your family members that you can see even significant improvement. All right. So becoming a member is the first step, the outer wheel. The second one on the right side, if you look at 2 o'clock, that's setting goals. Setting goals is I always spend a lot of time, especially when I'm coaching, about setting goals. Setting goals is knowing exactly what you want. Knowing exactly what you want, being clear about it. The first step is writing it down. A lot of people take that for granted, including me. When I first got started and when I had my first mentor, for the first 5 years, the mentor kept asking me the same questions again and again. Have you written down your goals? Have you written down your goals? Have you written down your goals? And so I never did that because I thought I knew it. I had it in my head. How many of you are like that? You have it in your head, but you see the problem with see, some of you make that mistake. You have it in your head, but we always forget. And whenever we face challenges, the goals become a bit dim, right? And we start to change our priorities in life, and then our goals suddenly go away. We seem to forget, and that happens a lot in life. So I didn't really understand the power of taking a pen, having a book, or having like a file that talks about my dreams, about my goals, about what I want to achieve. So I'm sure a lot of you have heard my story where, for the first few years, I didn't do anything. I didn't achieve my goals. My goals at that time was quite shallow for me. I was thinking it was quite shallow. It was simply having to own a Ferrari. Okay, I wanted to own a Ferrari before I was 30 years old, but it was only in my head. Okay, and I had a coach who kept asking me, have you written down your goals? Where's your book? Where's your book of dreams? Where's all of that, right? And so I just said, oh, I have it, but in all truth, I didn't have it. I didn't have it. I just had it in my mind. And then you get caught up with things and all of that. You face challenges, So my goal suddenly, sometimes I remember it, sometimes I forget it. And so what happened was, after 5 years, he kept asking me the right questions. He kept asking me the same questions. And I said, okay, fine, I'll write it down. And when I started writing it down, something amazing happened in me. I was very, very different. I started doing very, very different things. I was, and when I kept writing it down, I kept downloading the pictures of that exact car that I wanted, the color, the smell of the leather. I started to go and, even though I couldn't own the car, I knew I didn't have enough money, but I still went to go and see people who are selling the car secondhand, going to the dealers. It's free. I just had a fear going to the dealers to go and see the car. I just actually went to the dealers. I went to go and see people who were selling it for a used, and I was like, and my dreams suddenly became so huge. My goals became huge. I even had what do you call that? A Ferrari piggy bank. I just took money and just kept putting it in there, and then having another one and another one. I remember how it was. It was just wooden. It was wooden, and I could actually literally open it up. So the first few months, there was money in there. I kept taking it out when I needed the money. But later on, I sealed it with cellophane tape, and I had a small opening. So I can only put it in. I cannot take stuff out. Okay, so I started doing all this weird stuff. I was really obsessed with it. Okay, now before I knew it, 1.5 years, I think 1.5 years to almost 2 years after that, my dream came true. I actually bought that exact car. I remember exactly how it is. It was, I don't know how many of you love cars, but some of you think cars is just basically like something where it takes you to point A to point B. For me, I've been obsessed with cars for a long time. So that was my goal. So it was a yellow F355 Ferrari Spider, black leather with 2B exhaust. Exactly everything how I visualize it, how I do it, I actually bought it. I was like, wow, it's in my garage. I cannot imagine this. And all those years, I never even wrote it down. It took me so long for me to even get that. So I was like, but guys, I'm sure you all know, right? The story. 6 months later, I had to sell it off. Thank God I sold it off for a profit because the condition was so good. But I forgot to take into consideration the road tax and also the insurance. It was way beyond me, right? But but the moral of the story, the reason why I'm sharing that is because even though the goal was shallow to other people, it was very important to me at that age. So depending on you, your goal may be important to you, but not important to me. My dreams may be important to me, but not important to you. Does that make sense? And so all you need to do is make sure you share it with your coach. Over here, you have a coach, a mentor that actually teaches you what to do. Usually it's the person who has invited you, right? If they know exactly what you want, and you know exactly what you want, it's easier to get it. But if you don't know what you want, how are we going to help you get it? Does that make sense? Right? So please be clear about it. If it's a home, make sure you know where it is, how much it costs. What exactly do you have a garden in the house? Do you actually, do you know exactly what kind of grass you're going to have in the garden? Do you know what I'm saying? You need to know it. You need to be obsessed about it. You need to wake up in the morning and like, yes, I need to have that. Yes, I know. There's a difference between what you should have in your dreams. Like, okay, all of you have kids, right? You all love your kids. We all love our kids. But the thing is, when you think of your kids right now, all of you, right? You have full of love of your kids. I know you all love your kids. But when they are naughty and when they misbehave, suddenly you're like, okay, am I doing all these goals for my kids? It just becomes like, like, but guys, don't make the mistake of setting your goals there, saying that this should be your goal. No, you can have a shallow goal and that burns your every day you wake up, you're burning with that. Because when you get that car, or when you get that home, or when you get whatever that you want that you think is shallow, It costs a lot, right? Automatically you will be able to afford your kids' education. Automatically you'll be able to pay off your debts. Automatically you'll be able to afford all the other things if you can go for that. Does that make sense, guys? So don't be shy with your own goals. Get real. Get real. All right. Share it with your coach. You don't have to share it with anybody else. You don't even have to share it with your wife or your kids or your husband because it's shallow, right? It's fine, but it matters to you. All right. So make sure it's clear. Make sure you write it down and make sure that it's big enough. Okay. So they always say if the why is big enough, the how to doesn't matter. Okay. So now you're ready to get started. You know exactly that this platform of Thanks I is just a vehicle that could potentially help you get your goals. So let's look at step number 3 on the outer wheel, the name list. What is the name list? Okay, this name list in any business, okay, in any business, you need capital. In our business, the capital is your name list. The bigger the name list, the bigger your capital. The smaller your name list, the smaller your capital. So small potential, big potential. I'm sure you guys want big potential, am I right? Okay, so this is the correct way to do a name list. Don't keep it in your phone. That is the wrong way. The wrong way. A lot of people do that. Yes, look at Alan. If you can look at Alan, he literally has a book that he has written down the name list. Look at that. I think he's growing it every single day. All right. You know, so I'm saying that do not prejudge anybody. Everybody goes on the name list. You're the person you like, the person you don't like, the person you met yesterday, the person you met 10 years, 20 years ago, your mother, your father, everybody goes on the list. No prejudice. All right. You don't start thinking about, hey, this person can do it, this person cannot do it. You know, can you imagine if your friend prejudged you? You wouldn't be on this call. Some of you here wouldn't even have reached the ranks and earned the incomes that you're earning today if your friend actually prejudged you and says, no, this person may not be interested. No, this person, no, don't. You don't know. Don't make decisions for other people. All right. Besides, it's also not the people that you know, it's also the people that they know. We are in network marketing, right? Right. So it doesn't matter who you know, it matters who these people know. Okay, so I'll explain more about that later as we go along on our other trainings. But guys, do a name list. Have 50, have 100 names, have 300 names. Alan, how many names do you have, Alan, right now?
1,600.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, Alan has been such a fantastic student. You know, and you know, we've been partners for quite some time right now, and you know, he always goes over and beyond what he's supposed to do because he's very committed and he understands that to be a good leader, you have to first be a good student, right? So he has 1,000 over people on his list, and some of you are thinking, I don't know anybody. Some of you are thinking, I don't know anybody. That's just not true, guys. With social media, with everything that's online right now, you know the whole world. Okay. Now you got to know how the skills on how to make friends, how to actually start connecting with the world. Some people are just thinking, oh, I don't have anybody. I just have mommy and daddy. M is mama, P is papa. That's it on my list, right? Wow. I I'm my heart goes out to you if you are if you're facing that issue. But yeah, I understand that some people may not know a lot of people. You may be shy like me. You may be, you know, you may not be comfortable meeting people. It's okay. As long as you have big dreams, you have big goals, you will overcome some of your fears. Okay, we'll teach you exactly to have the right skills. And when you have these skills, and when you have the right scripts, which Alan will actually share with you later on, is that you will be able to go out there with more confidence and having better results. Okay, so don't prejudge the name list, write them down, have a big list, keep growing your list. All the professionals always write down and keep, and some of them, they network on purpose, meaning they just go out there and make friends with people like, hey, how are you? Hey, you know, so they're really good at that. Okay, so I won't cover that today, but just have a huge name list because they always it jogs your mind and you start thinking about other people that they know and they know and they know. Okay. So the next thing is you want to shortlist some of the names and start approaching them. Step number 4. How do you approach people the right way? How do you get them to have a look at what you do? You're not doing a presentation. Remember, look, presentation is step number 5. You're not there yet. You are just here to approach. So here we'd like to call it approach, or we'd like to invite people the correct way, or we'd like to, in our professional manner, we'd like to qualify them. All right. When we say qualify, it means like, it's like an interview, right? You want to partner with the right person by asking the right criteria. So if you're looking for a partner to do business, so you ask the questions about business, see if they are fit to be your partner. If you're out there just sharing the business, some people may only be keen to try out the products, and they'll probably be your customer or your consumer, right? So there are different types of approaches. There's a right way of doing things, and there's a wrong way of doing things, right? So this one will be covered by my partner later on. So guys, approach is a skill, very, very highly paid skill, which you need to learn. You need to practice a lot, do some role playing, and you need to master, okay? Because what you want to do is just getting them to be interested to have a look at what we do, interested to have a look at the products of ThankSci, interested to see if they have any interest, right? So make sure that you have the appropriate approach, which we will cover later on. We don't want you to go out there and like, hey, you want to have a look at what we do? Hey, you know, have you heard of ThankSci? Hey, have you heard of please don't go out there overexcited without any skills. You may face a lot of bullets. You may be shot dead. Okay. So step number 5, presentation. All right. Please, at the start, even if you've been in this industry a long time, please allow the professionals to do the first few presentations for you. Don't try to do it yourself. Do an effective approach to invite them to have a look at the presentation. So there are a few ways of doing the presentation. At the start, well, it's not a good idea for you to do your own presentation, you know, do a one-on-one. It's best that you invite a person who's more qualified to do it on your behalf. It's more powerful that way. Or the amazing thing is that you can invite them to our weekly Zoom meetings, right? That's a very powerful way too, because they'll be able to see all the people from all different backgrounds, and they'll be able to relate to all these different people. Okay, so you can invite them to come to our Zoom meetings every week for them to be presented to, all right? Then, once they've seen a presentation by someone who's qualified to present, number 6 is follow through. You know, some of your guests will say, hey, you know, this looks good. You know, how do I get started? If you don't know the skill of following through and how to get them started to become a member, then you have a problem. You're like, what do I do? This person's so excited to get started. Like right now, what do? I don't know what to do. So you need to learn what to do. Number 2, if they say, that looks interesting, I may have some questions. I need to do some research, and then I'll get back to you. So you need to know what's a professional way of handling that. And the next thing is, if a person says, oh, you know, it's probably not for me. So you also need to know exactly what to do as a professional, how to respond to that. Because most people, they're not saying no. They're not really saying no. They're simply seeking clarification. If you're a professional, then you know that. If you're not a professional, then you don't know that. You're like, oh, a person said no to me, and that's no means no. No, not necessarily. You guys know this? If you have the right skills, you will realize that a good follow through could change a no to a big yes. What do I mean by a big yes? It could be a huge, massive potential partner that will grow on to build this business huge. Once you have already taken away all their doubt, all their questions are out of the way until they have no reason to say no, they will say yes. And it'll be a big yes because they have no doubts, right? And they will go out and probably be a great partner to you. Now, once you go into, you've seen the outer wheel, the inner wheel gets even more important. Look at the top of the inner wheel, weekly functions, all right? Weekly events. We sometimes call it functions. These functions are good to build the business. Yes, you want to invite, your potentials to come and have a look at what we do. Yes, but what is it more important? It's more important for you as a person who wants to build it, because at these functions is where you develop your skills. So please don't have the mindset of, yeah, I've been to one presentation before, I don't have to come again. Or I've seen the training one time and I don't have to come again. That's the biggest mistake that you can make, because nobody can learn their skills just one time and they have it all in their head. No, they've got to come again and again and again. And guess what, guys? How many of you here have had the same speaker speak again and again and again, and then one week they say something that changed your life forever? It has happened many times, right? So do not miss the weekly presentations, right? We have it every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday, and now we're adding on the Thai presentations coming every Tuesday, and the Chinese presentations starting every Thursday, and soon we're looking at having the Malay presentations happening every Saturday, okay? So you will have all these weekly functions and events for you to build your business from event to event to event. So the top leaders, if you realize, all the successful leaders, they realize one thing: they really know how to utilize the events. Meaning, if someone comes on Monday, right, and they get really keen and they're like, how do I tell people about this? Invite people on Wednesday. So they invite their people on Wednesday, and the people on Wednesday get started. They invite their people to Friday, and the Friday people invite people to next Monday. So it's a cycle of, so that the people who strategically know how to plan this, they can build their business really, really fast. Imagine one day you are halfway across the world right now. We have people in India right now, right? So your time zone is different. We have people right now in Norway, time zone is different. So you guys could be sleeping and your guest could be attending an event halfway across the world in another time zone, and you're still making money. Your business is still moving. Isn't that great? So we have all these weekly events for you to build your business, not only your business, but your personal development too. Okay. So every Sunday we have our trainings at 9 p.m. We have our marketing plan training, and we have this getting started training. And every 3 months we have our life seminar, LIFE, where we have our recognitions, our motivations, and we have a great invited speaker that we invite, to help all of the leaders to, to raise up their ranks. So those are great events that we have set up for everybody, so that everybody can be successful. All right, personal development is great. Leadership development is great, which is the second part of the inner wheel, very important. All right, there are books that you can read that will improve your, your skills. One of the best books that I have had, that I've read, is actually the GoPro book, which Alan can show you right now. That's an amazing book. It's by one of my mentor, Mr. Eric Worre, who's a legend in the industry. He's trained so many people around the world who has become massive leaders. All right. So if you want to know more about this book, it teaches the 7 essential skills for you to become a network marketing professional. Okay, it's really good stuff. That's one of the best books. Another book is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. That is a book that I think all the professionals have read before. Okay, and please, guys, over here you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. You have a coach. You have a coach that literally teaches you about strategies, will build your strengths, and also help you on your weaknesses. So your coach is usually one person. Normally, it's the person who has invited you, your sponsor, okay, your enroller. But sometimes, if your enroller goes missing, sometimes you have somebody who introduces you into the business and you're excited, and then suddenly tomorrow they go missing. Don't know where did they go. They probably went for holiday. I don't know where, right? So keep going upwards. Keep looking upwards. Look at the person above you who's already a silver rank. That person, reach up to them. If you don't know who they are, we can always assist you. to help you identify who is your upline, silver rank or gold rank or diamond, because all these people are already successful. If you hook up to them and you ask them, hey, please coach me, please assist me, guess what? They've already gone through it. So you do what they do and you get what they get. It's quite simple. Even if the person who invited you goes missing, that's fine. We have a proven success system. You can be successful even without them. Isn't that cool? Right? So at the heart of our business, at the center of the wheel is a 100% product user. So we always tell our partners, we say, you guys need to know the benefits and the amazing technology of our products. So we have our events by the company that keeps us updated and informed about all the details about the technology of the products and all of that. So you can actually attend this week after week to equip yourself with the knowledge. All right. Having this knowledge doesn't mean that you're going to use this knowledge and you're going to tell people about the scientific parts of the product and everything. No, it's more for your own belief and your own knowledge. Okay, so you know exactly why these, it's creating a lot of amazing testimonies. You now understand why. Don't try to go out there and be a doctor and tell people, oh, because of the cellular matrix, you can. No, don't try and do stuff like that. Because if you start to do stuff like that, people are going to think this. Oh, do I have to know all of that to be successful? No, you don't. It's for your own knowledge. It's great to know, but you don't have to be like a doctor. You have to be like a CEO of your own organization. It's good to know all these things, but you don't have to know all of the technicalities of that. It's good to know the basics, okay? So be 100% product user like me. I know it does, it does this to my body. I know it does this to my loved ones. Like today, my sister, I got her to use she has knee issues. So she has knee pains, because she used to run a lot. And she is 6 years older than me, which is, wow, she's older than Mr. Fujiwara. Good. So she's probably about almost 50 years old. Okay. So today she says, hey, Remy, how much is Joyfield again? I said, you bought it for like 3 months already. So 2 months already, right? And she's like, yeah, but I keep forgetting. Can you imagine a person who uses it all the time keeps forgetting the price? So I told her, I said, well, it is 530 ringgit. That's why it is in Malaysia. I said, so, you've been using it and now you're asking me for it. Do you really like it? She's like, yeah, how do I get the products? I said, this month we have a promotion, buy 3, get 1 free. And she's like, oh, really? Okay. Let me know tomorrow. What do I need to do? So you see, I didn't even ask her. She just came to me and said, how much is that? I need to get some more. Meaning the products work. Okay, so that's the blessing of what we're the products are actually under promising and over delivering. I totally love our products. Okay, so that's pretty much about the proven success system. This is our wheel of fortune. Please make sure you don't miss any of the elements here. All right, I'll stop sharing the screen. Thank you, Alan. Okay, so I hope you guys, if you guys want a copy of our Wheel of Fortune, please ask from the person who invited you. We'll send it over to you, okay? So I hope you guys got some value with what I shared with you. I'm going to quickly talk about some mindsets through some illustrations, okay? So you will face a lot of types of people when you actually go out there and share what we do. What we do is great, but you will attract many different kinds of people. So generally, it's broken down to 3 types of categories. All right. If you're here for the first time, you'll realize that there are 3 categories of people who will take part. Okay. So I'm talking about the business people. I'm not talking about your customers. I'm talking about people who want to do this as a business. So the first category of people that will probably partner up with you are the category of posers. You guys know what posers are? Yeah. for the new ones, they're like, poser. Okay, poser, posing. No, not posing lah. Okay, these are people who are very excited. They're very, very excited about the business because of the potential, but they do not have skills. All right. So the good news is they're very excited. All right. They're very excited, full of energy, going out there. Yes, I'm going to tell the world about this. I'm going to change the world. Okay, it's good. But they have zero skills. So they go out there, they blabber about everything. They try to talk about proteoglycan as if they're scientists just because they heard it one time. And they tried to talk about Alan, who's this rank called triple silver, and they're trying to explain the structure of the triple silver. Can you imagine? A person who's so new and going out there say, all you need to do is just two teams, and these two teams you just put them on the left and right, and then after that you just introduce six people, just six people, and the six people introduce six, and and then if you no need to introduce six, you introduce two also can. You know what, you call your friend up that you've not called for like 5 years, and you say, hey bro, how are you? And your friend's like, who are you? It's like, hey, I'm Remy lah. We met last time, long time ago, and then I didn't save your number lah. Now I got your number. Oh, Remy. Okay. No, I call you because I want to share with you a great opportunity called Thanks I. Thanks I is a company that's 10 years. 10 years. Mr. Fujiwara. Fujiwara is the owner of the company. Do you know what? If you guys had somebody, one of your friends that's not called you for like 10 years, and suddenly they invite you to a chat, or they suddenly invite you to an event and suddenly become very weird, wouldn't you want to unfriend them? The reason why I'm telling you all of this is because I've done that before. 25 years ago, when I first started network marketing, I was so excited about the opportunity. It was so amazing. I thought I could change the world. I invited 20 people to the event. It was a big event. I was like, wow, so amazing. There was like a few hundred people in the hall. I said, if I invite all my friends, sure they can see what I saw. So I invited 20 people. I was so excited. I came early and I was like, wow, all these people are going to come. He said, yeah, bro, yeah, I'm coming. Guess how many people came? 0. Nobody came. All of them had funny excuses. It's like, oh, my cat gave birth. Oh, my many excuses. You know why? Oh, my cat had a headache. I had to massage it. I didn't, so I was like, what did I say wrong? So I was saying the wrong things, not knowing I was saying the wrong things, so that was painful for me. But guys, don't worry, the posers are very excited. They just do not have skills, so don't blame them. So that's why we have all these trainings like the GSR, so that they have some skills, so that they can have some results. But remember, I told you, in our industry, we have some people doing the wrong things, but they get some right results. So the posers also can make some small money, anywhere between 300 USD to maybe 500 USD. Okay, not bad. They can make some money by doing some wrong things or simple things, But we want to quickly move them into amateur. All right, being an amateur. So being an amateur, they start understanding there's the proven success system. All right, they start attending these events. They realize, oh, okay, there's some skills that I need to learn, that I need to practice. Right, so they start coming into the events. They learn some skills. Right, they learn some skills. They invite people to the event. They become they develop a team and stuff like that. So they can have some medium incomes. Little money, all right? Medium incomes, maybe anywhere between 1,000 USD to maybe maybe 3,000 USD. Okay, so even amateurs can make quite good money. So they learn some skills. They start to get a little bit more committed. All right, so they get some medium-sized money. Are these good incomes, guys? That is why we have some people who stay as amateurs for a long time because they're very comfortable with 1,000 to 3,000 US dollars a month. So they stay amateur, and the worst thing is they don't even go and get a good coach, and they think it's okay. I'm already so good because I'm making money, right? But guys, in any kind of industry, only the professionals will make the biggest money. So I employ all of you to choose to become a professional. To become a professional, it's a choice. It's a choice. You have to make the decision to go and learn the skills. Are there specific skills? Yes, there is 7 specific skills that you need to learn, you need to practice, and you need to master the skills. Please don't forget that. All right? It probably takes you 7 months, maybe 7 months for you to get good at it. Not great, but good at it. If you can commit yourself to a good coach, you can get pretty good at this. And only these professionals, what happens is they make the big money. You're looking at 10,000 US, 50,000 US, 100,000 US, $1 million US dollars a month. So 5, 6, 7 figures per month. But these, look at this, okay? Look at the percentages. Here poses 80% are poses, 80%. Maybe about 15% are amateurs. And the professional, the ones who actually decide to be a professional, maybe less than 5%. So guys, whether you are part-time or whether you are full-time, please choose to be a professional. Go pro. Does that make sense? How many of you want to go pro? Yeah? Okay, great. If you want to go pro, then you need to start making some changes. You need to become even more committed to train yourself, get a good coach, and make sure you do things slightly differently. All right. Now, why do I say this? Is because you look at professions like doctors, right? Doctors, lawyer. These are reputable professions that people look up to, right? I'm sure we have some doctors and lawyers here on the call. All right. So doctors and lawyers here on this call, basically, thank you. These are great professions. Do they require skills? Yeah, being a doctor, it requires skills, right? So you need skills. All right. You need to go to medical school and you need to go to law school. Can I become a doctor tomorrow just because I had $2 million to have a clinic? Can I? No, I cannot. I will be Dr. Quack. All right. So guys, you need at least 6 to 7 years. Does it cost a lot of money to go to medical school? Ooh, yeah. Does it cost a lot of money? Yes, it costs a lot of money. How many years to be a lawyer? Maybe 4, 5, 6 years? Yeah. It's a long time. You need to commit yourself, all right? And it costs a lot of money too. God knows, because my attorney, he makes a lot of money, all right? And I noticed one thing. There's a difference between an attorney who's like super professional and an attorney who has no skills. The attorney who has no skills will make very, very little money. All right. The attorneys who are totally different and they have skills that they're able to see things that other people don't see, they make a lot of money. But guys, I want to ask you this. Once you have paid all of this time, paid all this money and spent all this time, if you sent your kids to these schools, wouldn't you want them to become a success? Yeah, you want all of them to become successful. So here, being a doctor, are you guaranteed success? No, you're not guaranteed success. What about a lawyer? You spent all that money and all that time. Are you guaranteed? No, you're not. Not yet. Look at that. Good night. Sorry. Okay. Say good night to everybody. Okay. Good night. Intermission. Sorry. That's my lovely one. Okay. So let's look at this. Let's look at network marketing as a profession. So being a network marketing professional, don't look at network marketing as something you do on the side. Like, oh, this thing that I'm doing. Oh, this thing I'm working on. If you do that, then that's what it will be. How you treat it is how you will receive it. Does that make sense? Right? So if you treat it as a profession, guess what, guys? If you treat it as a profession, then you will make professional incomes. So are there skills to learn? Yes, there's 7 skills that you need to learn, that you need to master, and you need to practice these skills and teach others about it. All right? It takes maybe about 7 months for you to get really good at it. Not great, but just good at it. Now, does it cost a lot of money to learn these skills? How many of you paid money to come into this training today? No? If you didn't pay, that means you're a cheapskate. I'm just kidding. Guys, we'll be here, month after month, year after year to train all of you, and we will not charge you a single cent. All you owe us is one thing, that you become successful to yourself and you commit it for yourself and you invite your teams and help them develop these skills. That will be rewarding enough for us as your partners. Okay, so in most cases, you earn as you learn. Isn't this a good deal? So the more you learn, you use these skills into your business right now, the more you earn. You may pay some small fee, a couple of $100, a couple of $1,000 for you to attend some good seminars online, or you attend some of the events that we will have, the international events eventually when all this lockdown is over, right? These are all you pay. You don't pay millions, you don't pay hundreds of thousands, you don't have to. And you still can become a professional. And let me ask you this, once you have already acquired the skills, can anybody take it away from you? Nobody can take it away from you. No matter where you place the skills, whether the skill is here, whether the skill is inside here in Thanks I, or whether it's in Amway or Nu Skin, whatever company, if you utilize the skill, you know what will happen? Are you almost guaranteed success? Hello? Check that out, check that out. God willing, if you really understand these skills and you apply them, you will become very, very successful no matter where you go. You look at that, only 5% of people will make this choice. So I want all of you to make a commitment to make that choice, whether it's part-time or full-time, because God knows I want all of you to become very, very successful. I know some of you are not even in my teams. I don't care. I am happy that you're here for your commitment. And when you are there and you are a success, just pray for me and my family. It's fine enough for me. I'm very happy. Okay. So I hope this makes sense to you. But all of this, right? All of this does not, will not happen if you don't go and get it. All of you want to become very, very successful. Am I right? Yes. All of you want to be successful. You want to become a Crown Diamond. You hope one day that you will start earning the incomes that Mr. Kaneko is earning, $200,000-300,000 US a month. Wow, that's a dream to a lot of people. In here in Malaysia, that's more than R1 million a month. That's serious money. Okay, some of you wish that you will have an organization one day that will be able to pay you even when you're not around anymore. Do you realize that all the organization that you built here, all the passive incomes could go to your kids? You guys know that, right? Okay, if you don't have kids, I'm up for adoption. I can be your kid. So you can will your incomes to me if anything happens, okay? But guys, if you want and hope and wish, that's not enough. That's not enough. You have to have a different kind of mindset. The people who are very, very successful, their mindset is this. This is their mindset. No choice but to. Not this, not this, not this. This is their mindset. No choice but to become successful. No choice but to go crown diamond. No choice but to be successful. You know, if you're thinking about, Richard Branson, thinking about all these people who's becoming so successful, Tony Fernandez, whoever in your mind who's really successful, do you think they have all of this mindset? No, they don't. Even if they're not desperate, they put their mindset into a desperation mode. When they're pushed to the side in their mind, they're going to make things happen no matter what it is. So how do they make that happen? Set big goals. Their whys have to be huge. Their reasons have to be huge. So the why, they say when the why is big enough, the how to doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. So that's why I told you guys, when you are setting your goals, make sure it's important to you, not to other people, only to you. Even if it's something shallow and you think if you tell other people, you'll be ashamed of it, don't worry about it. It's your goal. You have all the right to it. Please, okay? So now you have the best platform. You have Thanks I. The how-to is done for, finish. You just have to identify why do you want to make this happen. No challenges is ever going to stop you. Okay, this is how you do it. This is how you do it. This is a building. Okay, this is a 3-story building example. A 3-story building, and all of us are standing on the building. All of us here. All right, we've got Chin Mei, we've got Tian Tiang, we've got Farah, we've got MS, Chi Ching. We've got all of you here from all around the world. We're all standing on this building together. Remy, we've got Yusuf, we've got Alan, Dato Sri Gobi, all of us on here, right? So there is 35 people right now on here and a lot more. So what happens is I'm going to demonstrate something. Remy, here, Remy, I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to jump off this building just to prove to all of you that you will not die. So I jump off the building, all right? I'm down here. I broke my legs. I broke my legs. I didn't die. I didn't die. I broke my legs. And I know I'm probably going to spend time in a cast or in the hospital for maybe about 6 months. I can't walk. So I have to recuperate, right? I got to get better. Now I don't die, but I can get better. So I proved to you guys, I said, guys, I didn't die, but I want to throw all of you a challenge. Can I throw all of you a challenge? So I'm here, I say to all of you, hey guys, hello. Please jump down with me and I will pay you $5 US. And all of you give me this look. Look at all the look. $5 US. Most of you here would probably not jump, right? For 5 USD. But why I start with the $5 US is because $5 US is about 20 over ringgit here in Malaysia. It can buy you a lot of roti canai. I mean, it can buy you a lot of food. If you were starving for like 3 weeks and you have not eaten, the only thing that comes to your mind is, I want to buy food, I want to eat, I want to survive. So some people on here who's standing here, who's desperate, they will jump. Not all of you. You guys are full. You guys had dinner, right? You guys had your lunch. But people who are desperate for $5, they will jump. Ooh. I hope I didn't break my watch. So, okay. So now, if let's just say I increase the stakes, I say, okay, guys, I know $5 is nothing to you guys. What about $500? How many people will jump? Look at the faces. $500. You know, I can buy a few sets of Joe Gen X, maybe, but nothing much. You know, so you're thinking $500. No, I will not jump, right? But other people who are thinking, wow, $500, I could pay that guy that I've owed for my whole entire life. I could get out of a problem right now. Guess what? More people will start to jump. You guys, not you guys. All right. So I increase the stakes. I say, okay, guys, I'm going to increase the stakes to 1 million US dollars. How many people will jump? Okay, I can see some people like, oh, they're thinking, okay, they're going to, maybe, because they're thinking, when am I ever going to get $1 million US dollars? I've worked 20 years of my life. I have not even, put that aside. I could probably pay that guy that's been bugging me all, I've owed him like 5 years. I could pay him off straight away and get him to shut up. I could pay off my car loans. I could take my kids to the best schools. 1 million US dollars. So some of you may jump, but yes, no choice, right? Yeah. So more people coming in. See, more people coming in because they're thinking, who are all these people jumping off the building? What's wrong with them? We've got now 36 people on the call. These crazy people, Remy asking them to jump off the building. Oh my goodness. We've got Mr. Lau here who's thinking, oh my God, is this what Remy's teaching? He's teaching people to jump off buildings? Tomorrow I'm going to be banned from Thanks I. Sorry, Mr. Lau, but welcome, welcome to our training. So let's just say what happens is a lot more people will jump off the building. So now, guys, all of you here are still on the building. You're like, no, I'm thinking about, I want better when I'm old. I don't want to have arthritis. I don't want to have, I don't want to be spending 6 months in a cast. No, I don't want that. But what happens if I said, okay, I'm going to increase the stakes. I'm going to take it up to 20 million US dollars. How many of you will actually say yes and jump off the building? Oh, now almost everybody's putting up their hands. But no, not everybody. You know why? Because as the stakes increase, more people's why, the reasons becomes bigger. They start thinking about what problems they could actually not face anymore, right? So very few people on the building right now. Very, very few people on the building right now. And so they're thinking, no amount of money is ever going to get me to jump off the building, even though I'm not going to die. So I said, okay, guys, finish story. It's okay. I understand. No problem. So I'm going to crawl. I'm going to crawl to this side of the building here. And then remember, I broke my legs, right? So I have to crawl. I crawled here. And then I said, okay, everybody on the building who's still on the building, this is my last offer. No more money. No money. But I'm going to burn this building. I'm going to take a match and burn. What happens? Is everybody going to stay on the building or everybody's going to jump? You have no choice anymore but to jump. Why? Because you have to save your life. You see, when the why is big enough, the how to doesn't matter. You're not thinking anymore because your reasons to live is bigger. That's why we tell people don't have this mindset of wanting and wishing and hoping that you can get success. Have this mindset that no choice but to go crown diamond. Then you will do exactly like what Kaneko did. Go crown diamond in less than 2 years time. Some of you may do it even faster. Some of you may do it slower. It's fine as long as you have the right mindset. Part-time, full-time, it doesn't matter. The reason why I'm telling you all of this, and I hope that you guys got some value about what I shared with you, and I'm very passionate about this, is because I believe the biggest income earner in Thanks I has not yet joined. Is not yet in the business. It's up to you to share this opportunity with the people out there. Being professional, if you're professional, you'll attract them. If you're not professional, you may not attract them. Okay, so if you guys want to take a picture of that, you can before I pass to the next amazing trainer. All right, you can take a picture of that if you want to. 1, 2, 3, done. Okay. So, like I said, I hope you guys got some value about what I shared with you, and I really wish all the best for all of you. My prayers of all of you achieving the highest ranks will always be here. Okay, and without any further ado, I want to introduce you to our next trainer. This guy, like I said, he he has done so many things for a lot of people. He's a very selfless leader. So he's true servant leader. He's helped so many things. He always pays attention to a lot of details, and he can get things done, right at the very end. So that's why he is where he's at. And I believe that, this gentleman will grow up to, you know, amazing ranks in the very near future, guys. He's a trainer. He is a caring father, and also he's a great friend, a great brother, and someone who cares for all of you very much. That's why he's going to show you exactly what to say to do all the invites right now. So please pay attention, take notes, get excited. Please put your hands together for my friend, my partner, my brother, Mr. Alan Tum.
Thank you very much, Remy. Isn't it amazing? Thank you, Adrian, for the energy. Isn't it amazing about what Remy has shared with us and coaches all through the mindset? I truly believe that the mindset is key to, is the more important part, be ahead of the how-tos, the skills, and all those things. The skills can be learned easily, but the mindset, that is where is the most powerful part. If you have the skills, but you don't have the right mindset, nothing's going to happen. Right? So what I'll be covering with you all is specifically the skill sets, okay? And as you know that Remy has mentioned about the skills that we have in network marketing to be a professional, is 7 specific skills, okay? Now, obviously we cannot cover all 7 skills here. It's totally, completely impossible. I wish I could, but there's no way I can do it as well. So the skills that we're talking about here is the first skill, finding prospect. That's the first skill. Okay, how to find his prospect. The second skill is about inviting. Okay, the skills of inviting. How do you invite people? Okay, and the third skill is presentation. So you notice the second skill and the third skill are 2 different skills, right? It's not all in one, correct? Most people combine the 2 together. So it is a separate skill by itself, presentation. Then we're talking about, after that, follow up and follow through. That's very important skill also. And Remy is great at it. Kaneko is an absolute master at it, and that's why he's earning the money that he has. Okay. The 5th one, helping your people becoming a member, how to get started. Okay. The 6th skill is training, very important. You need to how to train your people. And the 7th skill is a very powerful skill, and if you can do this skill very well, even though at the first 6 skills you're okay but not master at it, but you can get the 7th skill very good, wow, you can go quite a distance as well. The 7th skill is promotion. Promote. You can see thanks they do our promotions on a monthly basis and different months, right? And if you're able to promote that, amazing. When there are events and you promote the events and people attend the events, your business is growing as well. So the skill of promotion is very important. I won't be covering everything. I'll be covering the first 2 skills, okay? And the rest of the skills, actually, is a lot of them are inside here, inside this book. So please do get in touch with the person who invited you on this call, this training, and find out about how you can get hold of this book as well. So I'll be covering the first 2 skills. So let me just share my screen. Okay. Can you all see my screen? Awesome. So thanks, I'm being a professional. That's what we've been talking about basically this whole session, right? How to be transitioning from a poser to professional. So the first skill that I'll be talking to you about is finding prospects. Finding prospects is definitely a very important skill because this is basically the base of any business in the whole world. Basically, no prospect means no business. Agree with me? Yeah? Okay. Now, where do you find your prospects? And here, basically the working capital is basically your name list, and that's what exactly Remy has talked to you about in the proven success system or the wheel of fortune. Creating the name list is so critical, and when you put it down, you got to just keep writing it down, and the longer your list, the better. If you want to start with 20 people, by all means start with 20 people, but keep expanding it, keep expanding it, keep expanding it. Don't, how you say, cherry pick the name to write down. Just write them down. And when you write down your name list, sometimes you actually come to see that there's 3 categories that you have. And that's why basically you have the hot market, which is basically people that you already know, that knows you. You have a good rapport with them, and they basically like and trust you. All right, so these are the hot markets, and this will be probably the smallest group of people that you have on your list. Then you go on to the next one, which is the category of warm market, which is you have connection, you do talk to these people, you might not know them very well, and you might be a high buy type of relationship or so, but it's you have that touch base already. So that's called a warm market. And this will be the second largest, bigger group of people that you have the ability to approach or basically invite. And of course, then you have the cold market. Believe it or not, some of your name, your contact list inside your phone are basically cold market, because you just have the number. Where did I get this number from? I have no idea. Who's this person? I also have no idea. That's basically a cold market as well. And which one has the biggest potential, actually, honestly speaking? Basically the cold market, because that's where everyone else in the world is. Okay, and how many people are there in the whole world? 7 billion people. How many people do you know? So where's the bigger market? The cold market. All right, now the key thing when you make the name list, do not prejudge. Okay, 3 important rules. Do not prejudge, just write down only. The bigger the list, the better. And do not remove anyone. As I showed earlier on, I myself have, I'm actually in the process of rewriting, because I had a list and I'm rewriting it to reorganize it, because it was a bit messy on the other book. And basically, I'm not at 1,000 names yet. I haven't reached 1,000 names yet. I'm still at 900 something names right now. So I just keep writing down. And the interesting is when I write it down, I actually remembered how come I didn't call this person. As I was writing it down, I was like, I actually missed this person during my qualifying or inviting process. I'm like, hey, I actually missed this person, and I know him. He knows me. So sometimes you never know that when you have it in your phone, chances are that you will miss a lot of people. So having it write down on a book is very, very important. All right. So how do we go about finding your prospects? Now, when it comes to a typical approach, especially when you talk about people who are in the poser category, typically this is what will happen. Let's say I sign up and I'm brand new. I'm so excited. I'm like, oh, this is so amazing. I'm going to talk to everyone. Okay. I will invite. I'll start talking, let's say, to Adria. I'll call Adria. Adria, how are you? Everything. And then I'll start presenting on the phone also. You know, this thing called thanks I, blah, 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 blah. Wow, I can get 3 plus 3 plus 3 or whatever. And I talk nonsense. And Adria will probably go, or because we're both on the same wavelength of excitement cells. Right, Adria? And then she might say, okay. And then she enrolls also. Okay? And then she enrolls as well. It might happen. But then is Adria ready to be a partner? We don't know. I don't know. She might be ready, but I wouldn't know. And then I do the same thing. Let's say I go to Remy. I invite and present at the same time, and then Remy look at me like funny. And then, are you on drugs? And out of pity, he said, okay, like enroll. Again, I might get said, well, Remy enroll. But Is he a partner, or is he just a user, or is it just, oh, pity Alan? He talks so much until he's so energetic. Okay lah, here is some small business for you lah, and just shut up lah, huh? I won't know, right? That's the scenario that we'll be in if we approach it from a proposal, and this is the normal flow, right? Even people who are also in the amateur space, they might go through this flow as well. Now, if you want to go through and cut short the process, instead of just focusing on invite, we qualify people. And we qualify. What I mean by qualify is that you will be asking questions. You are asking questions to that person in a normal conversation approach. And then from there, you will gauge where are they in terms of are they ready to receive this information or not. All right, that's very important, because if they are not ready to receive this information, basically you're talking to like a brick wall. Get me or not? Okay. And then from there, you present the information the correct way, because you qualified already, you know that this person is ready to accept. If they're ready to accept, we arrange for a presentation. Then, once they are enrolled in, you straight away know that they are in the category of a partner. Because their mindset, I ask them questions and they answer me and I get the response that I'm looking for, chances are they are more in a position that I'm ready to be a partner. I'm ready to partner up with you. Rather than I'm left. So Adria joined, but is she a partner? Yeah, I don't know. Remy joined, but is she a partner or not? I don't know. You get what I mean? You have a clear picture. Because in the earlier part here, invite and present, you will need to start trying to identify, are they basically a partner? You get me or not? You have to see, are they partner, or are they just a one-off, or is it just a pitying me or something like that? Right? So here you straight away know, okay, they sign up, high chance that they are already a partner. Okay, that's the intention of qualifying. All right. So now, why do we qualify? Why do we ask qualifying question? Simple. Okay, we qualify is because we want to how to say, understand, is this person ready or not? And think about this: if you are running a multi-million dollar business, would you want to just ask any random person, of even a good friends, that a good friend might not be a great business partner? You get me or not? A good friend might not be a great business partner. Whereas someone who is not very close to you might turn out to be a very fantastic business partner. So the idea is when you qualify them, you know that are they suitable for the role of being a partner for you or not. So that is exactly the same thing when you're doing a conventional business. When you start a business, you want to have the right partners in your board of directors. But when you start a business, you just don't ask any random person, especially if you know that this business is going to be worth multi-millions, right? So if you're not going to do that in that type of business, why do it in your network marketing business? Because network marketing literally is a multi-million dollar business. That's the intention of having qualifying. Okay, so it's not selling. Please, not selling. Okay. Next, the flow of actually how to say qualifying. So there's specific steps along the way when you qualifying someone. Of course, the first thing is making contact. Okay, making contact is like, how are you, and so on. And then you go to the second step, which is getting permission from that person to ask questions. All right. And then third will be a simple call to action. The fourth is once you get the response, okay, then you see, okay, stand by for invite or close. That is the fourth step. So let me just give you an example. So these scripts, you can use these scripts if you want to. Okay, feel free to screenshot all the scripts. Feel free to use it and practice it, and use it. If you are staying alone, use it on yourself on a mirror. If you're staying with someone, your spouse or anything, have to sit down and practice it with them. You might look weird to them, but I say, never mind, just sit down, listen to me and practice on you. Okay. Example, okay, have normal conversation. Normal conversation means that if I talk in English or in Cantonese, that's my normal conversation, I'll use that. Or if I talk to my Malay friends, I use Manglish, I will use that. Because if I start to talk to my friends who are Malay and I talk to them in like the Queen's English, I think they'll look at me and say, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? Right? Or if I talk to some of my Chinese friends, I usually talk Cantonese with them and I start talking to them in English only. That would be extremely weird, wouldn't you think so? So just be yourself, have a normal conversation, don't be weird, but be the best version of yourself. All right? So have a normal conversation. In that conversation, okay, especially when you're coming to the end, okay, you see, the good thing about this qualifying is that you trigger it at the end of the conversation. You don't start, hi Remy, how are you? I know it's completely out of the blue, I want to ask you a question. Well, I mean, you just call and then say, how are you? And then ask the question straight away. It's like, that's a bit weird, right? And it works against you because I'll explain further. When you call, you have a normal conversation. Why you have a normal conversation? So that you know where are they having, what's going on in their life, asking about their well-being, is the how's the family and so on. They will somehow share with you one way or another where they are, okay, is their business suffering or is their work in jeopardy or everything is going fine, but then no time for, you have this information with you. Okay, through the conversation, you will know where they are at in their life. And at the end of the conversation, when you know that, okay, I'm allocating 10 minutes to talk to this person only. At the end of the conversation, everything in last 3 minutes, okay, this is when you ask this question. I know this is completely out of the blue. Can I ask you a question? That is one way to ask it. Okay. But my style is, hey, I'm curious, and I still ask the question. Because my friends know that I'm a very direct person. I don't go beating around the bush. I'm very direct. So if I would go to beating around bush, then they'll feel very weird. So for my case, I'm curious and I straight away ask them a question. Okay, so it depends on the closeness that you have and how you are with your friends. Okay, I know this is completely out of the blue. Can I ask you a question? And this completely out of the blue is a very good phrase to use. Why? Because it's completely out of the blue. Because it's completely out of the blue. It's a random question. So that you feel weird asking this statement, saying this statement, practice it a few times. When I first heard about this, I had trouble using, I know this is completely out of the blue because it's so unnatural to me. I was like, must I say that? Must I say that? But I keep practicing it a few times, and then you say, oh yeah, it gets easier and easier. Until where the point when you're so confident, you can omit it straight away as well. Okay? But as a start, it's a great way to just have that, okay, in there. Now, after you ask, can I ask you a question? If they say yes, okay, choose any of these questions that you have. You can see here on the screen. Choose whichever one you feel suits the situation. And you can, this is just a guideline. Use your own styles as well. So if someone is saying that business is good, job is great, family is great, everything, then you ask them, increase your current income. I say, I'm very good in income. It's just doesn't work, right? But if you say, yeah, work is good, family is great, but I'm having challenges, I don't have time. I don't have time to spend them. Then you use, if there's a way for you to have more time, quality time with your family, if you want to learn how, that would probably ask them to say, oh yeah, I want to learn how. Or if I'm asking someone who's like, his business is like, oh yeah, I'm now currently in partnership with someone else doing a business, but you know the situation is getting me in bad conditions, the lockdown and everything, business is suffering. I would just say if there's a way to stabilize your income or increase your income or diversify your income without affecting what you're doing right now, would you want to learn how? Again, it's a different approach. It's the same idea. It's just that now, okay, is to feed their needs. So this is a secondary source of income. And the answer, whichever way you want to, yes or no. Okay. So remember what you see here, the script is a guideline. Okay? Understand the context and the concept behind the script. Use your own style and your own language, obviously. Okay. I use English, Manglish, Cantonese, mixture. I use a lot of mixture depending on who I talk to. All right. So don't be so fixed. So this is the first step, okay? Making contact and then getting permission. Now, they will probably answer a yes or no, okay? Most of the time it's a yes or no. In fact, actually most of the time it's a yes. The answer will be automatically a yes. The question is to invoke someone to answer yes or no. Get me? So the questions are designed such that they answer yes or no. Most of the time they will say yes. All right. If they say no, cool, drop it. End of story. Don't pursue the topic anymore. Ask about how's the weather, how's the cat lah, how's the coffee lah, whatever lah. Change topic. Totally drop the topic. If they give you a hard no, okay. If they ask anything else like that, like why, what is it about, I just go back to ask them. It's a simple question. It is a simple question. Do you want to learn how? Ask question again. Always be asking a question. Always be asking a question. So when you ask a question again, they can choose to answer yes or no again, or tell me what is it lah. I usually give them 2 chances only. First time, okay, I'll ask again. Second time you do again, I'll just drop it already. That means you're basically, your mindset, you're not ready for it. Okay. So if they answer yes, or it's a positive response, just quickly ask them, are you on Zoom? Do you have Zoom? Do you use Zoom? Most of the time they'll say yes. Most of the time they say yes. Okay. This is so that just to double check, because some people don't use Zoom, some people prefer Google Meet. All right, whichever is perfectly fine. Okay, so this intention is to ensure that they have Zoom, because you know that we conduct our sessions usually in Zoom. All right. So after that, you go on to next. Okay. Now, before I go on to the next step, this is for if you're talking to someone who's higher level of success or higher level of influence than your own. Now, let me ask you a question, okay? I know you all cannot answer me, everyone together, but if you are building a business, do you want to look at someone who has lower influence to be in your team or higher influence to be in your team? Which would you want? Do you want lower influence to be in your team or higher influence than you in your team? Or lower success than you or higher success than you in your team? Which would you prefer? Like example, who would want a Kaneko in your team? I think almost everyone wants a Kaneko, right? So, but how do you approach someone who's already successful or higher level of influence than yourself? Is by asking them a very direct approach, okay? And I've tested this and this works. This works because people who have higher level of success and influence, they have a tendency to be more open to listen. All right. So normal conversation with the person, and then you just ask them, say, are you open to have a look at what I'm doing with my partner? or / Japanese partner if you want to use Kaneko's name. Okay, because we are looking to enter a country that they are located. If they're Malaysian, then you can omit this because we're already open in Malaysia. Okay. Now the pre-marketing part is also for countries which are not open, the NFR countries, right? But if it's Malaysian, are you open to look at what I'm doing with my partner or Japanese partner? We are looking to identify key persons that we can potentially partner up with first. That's all I say if they are Malaysian. Okay? But if they're not Malaysians, I'll add in these additional ones because it is a sense of importance for these people. We are looking to launch country. Pre-marketing is engaged. However, we have yet to launch because we want to identify a key person that we can potentially partner up with first. So this is important because from there, they will be able to see, okay, this is interesting. I will be open. Whether they decide to jump on board or not is beside the point. Intention is to get them to have a look. Okay, the intention is to get them to have a look. Now, if they say yes, and I can tell you most of the time it's a yes. Most of the time it's a yes. Great. Now I've got to go for a meeting. I'll arrange a time with you. Okay, cool, whatever. Important you do that. Do not straight away jump in. Now, the thing is that if you start jumping in, you are selling already. The moment you jump in means you're selling, and straight away people smell desperation. So you just stop. Basically, great, I got to go, and I'll arrange a time with you. Same as the earlier approach with your friends. Okay, if there's a way for you to um, get extra income, would you be interested? And they say yes. Okay, are you on Zoom? Cool. So I got to go now. Okay, I'll find a time to arrange with you. Why do you do that? Why do you cut it off when they say yes? Because in your prospect's mind, when they say yes, they are automatically waiting for you to come on, give it to me now. Tell me everything. Give it to me. Sell it to me. They have that automatic reaction already. But when you stop it, they'll go like, what happened? I thought you want to tell me something, or they have that question going on in their mind. The curiosity boils within them. All right. So for this one, once you get this successful person, a high influence person, schedule get your upline schedule or your leader schedule so that you know exactly when can you slot in for them to meet. All right. So stand by for invite. Here is a good script for those who are new to all this to use. Okay. But as you get better, you realize that you don't have to go into all this. But those who are not used to it, you can follow this. That's great. I got to go now. I'll keep it in mind and see if I can get you a slot to learn more. All right. As of right now, so many people want to get involved, and we can only work with maximum of 6 people. Okay. And I already have how many out of 6? That one only say if it's true for you. Okay. And why do you say 6 people? Sometimes it creates urgency. Now, for me, I've used this so often already that I changed the script for myself already because it's very natural for me. I'll just say, cool, I got to go. I'll arrange a time with you when it's available. When I can arrange a time with you. I just cut short this straight away. That's my style. Because if I do any other way, people think I'm weird. Well, I'm a very direct person. Right? So please understand the script. Feel free to use it or modify it. Okay, but keep to the context and concept of the script. The intention is to show urgency that you got to go. Your time is precious. Okay, I'll keep you in mind and see if I can get you a slot or not. So it's like I'll remember you, but no promises. I remember you, but no promises. Okay, so that's it. And of course, if you can find out what are their schedules like, okay? Is it daytime better or evenings better, so that you have an idea. And then once you get that information, write it down. Just like you can see here, I can write down here, this person, yes, no, yes, on what day I write, daytime, nighttime, just make a mark there. All right. So you get this on this part here, this is a standby for invite. You've ended the call with them already. Now you end the call already. Now, texting, I know that a lot of people like to use text messages and send, all things, which is convenient, but at the same time, I really find it less effective, really less effective. And I've been testing it out also, lah, okay? And I noticed that my success rate of getting people to listen to me via text messages is about 20% success rate. Whereas for calling, it's about 50% success rate. So that is the difference. I'd rather have 50% success rate than 20% success rate. Okay? But if you really want to text, you can, and it's usually just this only. Hi, whoever, how are you? Send. Do not send another message. Wait for a response. Okay? If one day later first they respond, then you know how important are you in in their life, because they see a message, they don't respond to you. Or you can ask them again, hey, how are you? And see if they respond or not. Okay? So only wait for only send again once you get a response. Okay? And then you can type in, okay, ask them, how are you ready? Okay, the things are good, okay, fantastic. I know this complete out of the blue, and then ask the question. Whichever of the questions that are qualifying questions, if there's a way for you to, increase your income, whatever you choose, and then wait for a response. If you say yes, great. Text reply, great. Can you talk for 5 minutes? Now WhatsApp call is free, so you can call anyone in around the world. There's no excuse, right? Last time phone call, wow, so expensive, call overseas. Now you can call anywhere and it's free, right? Now, at any time, at any point of the process, there is a not interested or no, even though you're surprised when they say yes, and then they say, I can get you a time slot, and then they say, oh, no, don't worry about it, I'm not interested. If any time you'll be surprised, sometimes that happens. After the yes, we have Zoom, and then I got to go now and all those things, and they say, oh, don't worry about it, I'm not interested. It's cool, entirely cool. At any time they say not interested or no, just drop the topic. And I say, just no, don't worry about it, just being curious. And then change the topic and whatsoever. That way, your relationship with that person is not strained. Get me or not? Business is business, but your relationship should not be strained. All right? So how many do we do? 10 pictures a day. 5 minutes each, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how fast you talk or and so on, or the conversation. Try not to drag it to a 30-minute call, 1 hour call, because it's a very, very ineffective use of your time. Keep it to 5 minutes or maximum 10 minutes each call. Okay? So you're spending about an hour to 2 hours a day just to make calls on qualifying until you find your 6 leaders. Cool? Now, why do we do qualifying? Okay, let me just stop sharing the screen first. We do qualifying because of the world is a very
It's your
strange
lucky day today. You win.
The world is a very strange place, see, because people, even though when you give them
It's your lucky day.
you give them something really amazing, they will probably not appreciate it. So let me just get ready to share. Can you all see my screen? I cannot see your video now, so maybe you can either type or just unmute and say. Can you see? Okay, I'm gonna play it
Today
now.
you win a free 10-ounce silver bar, pure silver bullion, or a free Hershey's king size chocolate bar.
Take this one.
You'll take the chocolate bar. Who needs a 10-ounce bar of silver? Right? Have a good day. It's your choice. A free 10-ounce bar of silver bullion or a free king size Hershey bar.
I think I'll take the Hershey bar.
Go ahead.
Take
It's
it.
your lucky day. Just fresh out of the refrigerator.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Who needs a 10-ounce bar of silver when you can have a good, delicious bar of chocolate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
You'd rather have the Hershey bar than the silver bar?
Yes, I would.
Oh, you would?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Hershey bar, you can eat the silver bar.
Yeah, that's right. You can't eat the silver. What are you going to do with a 10-ounce bar of silver, right? You know. Which one do you want?
Probably the chocolate, because I'm a girl and
Go-
it's been a cranky day.
Okay, it's yours. Eat it quick because it's getting hot out here.
Fine.
Just offering people a free Hershey bar today or a free silver bar. Which one would you prefer?
Silver. I'll take the.
Who needs a silver bar?
Okay, do you all get that? Do you all get that? Why I keep sharing that video is simple, because as you are qualifying people, you will come across people who say no and no and no, and that is okay. It's okay, because not everyone will see an opportunity. No matter if you put go in front of them, they will not take it as well. All right. So the next thing that I want to go to now. Yes, we are finding people who silvers and Hershey's. You don't tell them that you're looking for silver and Hershey's though. Skill number 2, inviting. Inviting is very important here. And please, again, I cannot emphasize how important is it you do not mix up inviting and presenting at the same time. The biggest mistake anyone can do is combining inviting and presenting at the same time. Presenting is the third skill. It's a separate skill altogether and a separate activity altogether. All right, inviting. Now, the idea is that allow whoever that you qualify. So you can see from my name list here, okay, I have got a lot of remarks that I put, okay, on my list. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, and yes, no, and yes, no, and so on. The yeses will be those that qualified, and I don't immediately invite them as well. The idea is so that my list, now I have an entire separate category of people who have already qualified, and I'm ready to invite them whenever it's possible. Okay, so I've got a long list of people who's already said yes and no, yes and no. If anytime someone say no's to me, do I get worried? I don't. That's the idea. When you have a long list of people you've already qualified, yes, you psychologically you don't feel that you're desperation, you're in need, you're not needy. Okay, and that helps when you start inviting them. All right, and now it's important for you to, when you invite them, you need to have the proper some proper key points that you want to keep in mind. Okay, have a very strong posture. A posture means you're not needy, you're not begging. You know that you're offering them a gift. You're in a position that I'm giving you something, I'm offering you something. So you're in that position of you're in that position, okay, but not being arrogant. Do not be arrogant about it. Okay, be excited. Very important. Be excited. I know Adrian, you have no problem with this because you are always excited, hyper energy. Okay, which is important because the excitement is what gets people to go. Okay. They listen more. Imagine if I talk to Adria and I say, Adria, you know that day I call you. You say yes. You sure you want you mau? I mean, straight away it's like, really? You get me? Really? To be excited, but don't be overdoing it. Be excited, but don't be crazy. Just be the best version of yourself. All right. Be clear. Don't be vague. Okay. And it's important to give them limited chances. Important because it creates agency for them. And very important, don't mislead. The last thing we want is anyone to mislead people. Okay, be very professional and reconfirm. Reconfirm is, hey, is this what you want? Okay, but example of that is, again, this is a script. Okay, remember, this is a script where you can use if you're new to this. If you're not new to this, by all means, you can adjust it to whichever style that suits you. So let me just read this out for you all. Hey, Adria, remember I met you on when? Okay, and I asked you if you were wanting to increase your income or be debt free, and you said you were keen to learn more. Okay. And then she wait for her. She said, yeah, I remember that. Okay, great. But let me ask you again, is this still what you want? This is a reconfirmation. Okay. And say, yes, I'm keen. Okay, great. I've secured a slot for you to listen in and learn more. Now, what was the keyword that I used? The keyword that I used is listen in. That was the keyword that I was using. Okay. Because if you say, I secure a slot for you to learn more, first thing is that they might think, oh, you just made a slot for me. There's a lot of pressure on that person. But if you say, I secure a slot for you to listen in, which means this is not for you. I'm sneaking you in so you can listen. They are more relaxed that way. Okay? And it is like limited, it's like a special limited option or chance. All right? So that's why listen in is very important. Now, how I approach this with people, how I talk to them over this, well, my style is, hey, Adria, the day we have a chat with you, remember? I'm just curious, you said you're interested to learn, but are you sure you really want? Betul. You always say yes or no. I say, okay, great. There's a session I can get you in, all right, just to listen in. Then I just give them the dates straight away. That's it. That's my style. Because if I were to use something else, they will feel something is not right because that's not me. That's not me. And they will just feel, is Alan up to something weird? You get me or not? Because that is who I am, how they know me. If I use any other way else, it just doesn't seem correct. Right? So that is the intention. Just remind them, okay, that they say what, okay, and then they confirm, is that really what you want? If yes, okay, I got you a slot to listen in and learn more on this date time. Okay. Now, if they were to say that they cannot make it, be okay with it. If they cannot make it, oh, I'm not free, I think, oh, okay, that's cool. However, I don't know when is the next opportunity for me to get you in to listen in, okay? But if there's a chance, I'll keep you in mind. See, that's my style. But over here, a script that you can use, cool. I don't know whether there's a next opportunity that I can invite you. As everyone wants to get in, and there may not be another chance. If there is, I'll try and get you an invitation. This script, you can use it if you want to. If you are new to it, feel free to use it. But my style is just, okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not sure where's the next opportunity I can get you to listen in. I'll keep you in mind. I'll keep you in mind, and that's it. So I'm not making any promises to that person, and it's, yeah, limited choice. Limited chance, limited chance. That's how I approach things, all right? And keep their name for the next invite, for maybe next 1 month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, I don't know. It's up to you. The idea is that when you have a long list of people who you already qualified, you can see my list has got a lot of people I've qualified already. See, even here, let's see, one shot bread, one whole line is down here all the way. I can just invite anyone, be it on a one-on-one or whatever. Okay. So the type of exposure you can invite your guests to is, examples are the weekly tweets at Zoom, the TGIF Zoom, one-on-one Zoom with a leader or upline, okay, slides presentation face-to-face if you are already well-versed in presenting yourself. Okay, if you're new, please get someone to present on your behalf. Why? Don't make yourself an issue. Even though you are experienced, don't make yourself an issue. Okay. Of course, you have also the thanks I events that we have by the management office. You can also invite them for that. Video sharing, not so recommended. Not so recommended. All right. Now, as if you're doing a one-on-one or a three-on-one approach, okay, do these three steps here before the presentation. It helps a lot. It really helps a lot. Okay, these 3 steps are very important. It's called a 3-step setup. And here you share the why that you're doing this, and be real. Be very real. Do not lie. Do not make up stories and so on. Be very real about it. Okay, the more real it is, the better. Okay, be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be vulnerable because people can relate better to you. It's a big deal and you're all in. It's something serious and you're committed to it. Because if you're not committed to it, how are you going to get them to be committed to it as well? You get me? And the third one is don't care. Not telling them I don't care about you is basically whether they decide to come on board or not, it doesn't matter. You will still move ahead. That is what don't care here means. Okay, an example, you know, I work at whatever, the pay is good, never had money in time. Okay, this is a new program we have just launched and I haven't had more certain and excited. And I really believe this is the lifetime opportunity. Okay, I've done my research and I'm all in. From what will be shared, you might or might not get it right away, okay, but I feel you'll be super excited. Have a look at it and we can chat after. So that is an example. The way I tell them my actual why I'm doing it, okay, why I'm doing it, and then I'll say I've done the research and this is something which I'm fully committed to. And whether you get it or not, okay, it's not whether you decide to embark on this together with me or not, it's not important. Because I will still continue building it either way. That's how I would talk. If I use this script, it doesn't work for me. So based on how you talk, adjust it to your style. All right, you get me? Remember, scripts are guidelines. Scripts are guidelines. It's not for you to take word for word 100%. Okay, don't be a robot. All right. So this is the entire process. You are going through from your name list, which is the earth, you're digging through it and then qualifying it. Then you get to the qualified prospect, which is the raw and pure silver. Then you go into the smelting pot, which is the inviting. And then after the presentation, you're in the smelting there. And if they say yes, okay, they are your leaders, they enroll. If they are no, it goes back into the name list again and you process them again. Because sometimes when you process the silver, you get impurities also, right? It needs to go back to the whole process of refining again, right? So that's the intention of this process. And here, let me share with you another video which I think can speak a lot to everyone. Okay, see the video, right? Okay, I'm gonna play it now.
Free chocolate bar or free silver bar? Which one would you like?
Is it pure silver?
Yeah.
How heavy is it?
10 ounce.
10 ounces? What's that equate to? It's
Uh-oh.
What's the going rate of silver right now?
I'm not gonna tell you.
$2 an ounce, maybe?
$2 an ounce?
an ounce.
Oh,
man.
oh, okay. Now you're pretty much. Oh shoot.
Is this bad?
Might be bad for me.
I'll go with the chocolate bars. You know why? Because I can give them to my boys up there. They'll be happy with that.
Okay.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you.
Is this YouTube?
Yes. Free chocolate bar or a free 10-ounce bar of silver?
Bam!
Whoa! We got ourselves a winner.
I know it's valuable,
It's
dude.
a smart man right there. I
Reals?
just lost on that one. Well, congratulations. You just won a free 10-ounce bar of silver.
Real value.
Smart man.
Total bull. I mean, you should at least do something with value.
Well, this has a little value, but yeah, definitely nowhere close to that.
No way,
so.
we need to end the Fed,
Well,
bro.
Hey, oh man, see?
Dude, this is rad.
There you go. $200.
Winner.
Loser right here, man. Congratulations.
You all get that? Do you get it that as you go through it often and often and more often again, and you eventually come to people who just go, before they finish saying the thing, and they say, "Oh, Bob, I'm getting it. I'm coming on board." Because you find people who are excited about an opportunity and just go for it. Okay, that is something which I believe that everyone here will experience along the way. As you talk to people, and like how as I can see how Caroline suddenly just exploded because you talk about and people just go boom, get it, boom, get it. And but Yusuf also suddenly exploded like nobody business because they saw people that just go grab it and grab it and grab it. The more you talk to people and just go through the process, you'll find the people who just grab the opportunity. All right. Now, I also want to give another area. Okay, this is, I'll call this a bonus. Skill 4. I won't go in detail about this. All right. Because this can take an entire day to cover. All right. But this is something very, very, very important. Follow up. Okay. And a part of follow up is objection handling. How do you handle specific objection? Now, skill number 3, we didn't talk about it, right? But where do you get skill number 3? Can anyone tell me? You feel free to unmute your microphone and can tell me, where do you think you get skill number 3? Where do you really get good at skill number 3? Anyone want to try?
Not me lah. Okay.
Huh? Not you? No
I'm not allowed, right?
You're very loud. You're allowed to share.
Skill number 3 is presenting, right?
Yeah. Where do you get it? Where do you get it?
Meetings lah, in the meetings, in our weekly event, attending every single one of them.
Exactly.
Utilize and learn.
Exactly. You see, we have got few right now. We have just a few of us doing the presentations, and we are having more now, especially the Power Monday. Even the Mandarin sometimes I attend also because even though I don't understand Mandarin, but I want to see their flow. I want to understand their flow. All right. And you never know that when you attend any of the meetings, one of the speaker's style could just click with you, and then you say, "Oh, now I know how I can talk. I can copy Yusuf's style. I can copy Raymi's style. You know, Alan is a bit too loud, not so suitable for me. But Raymi is so smooth, and I'm a smooth talker. I'll use his style." Or you say, "But Yusuf is so calm and so, I'll use his style." So it's different speaker has different styles. So this is where you get that skill. And then as you brush up on that one, you assimilate other speakers' styles into your own, so you have more diversification. If I were to speak like my style 100% all the time, that would be a major problem. Well, I might get someone like Adrian go, "Whoa, yes, oh!" But I think Raymi will go, "Whoa, is this guy okay or not? Did he forget his medicine or something?" I mean, see different styles. So you have to improve by attending the events. That's where skill 3 comes about. Now, skill 4, every time when you talk about a handling objection, is basically questions people ask, and it's about them having, how to say, they want clarification, basically. They're looking for clarifications, all right? And one of the best ways to actually address clarifications is by asking them questions. And the thing about follow-up, okay, this happens usually right after the presentation. And the worst follow-up that you can do after the presentation is, so what you think, huh? That is the worst thing that you can ever do. Right? You want to follow up, after presentation, you follow up time, you ask them a question which is give them a choice and is steering them towards where you want them to go. An example, after the presentation, that was amazing, right? That was amazing, right? So which area do you like best? You know, the product, the business, or you like both? You just smile and keep quiet. That's one way. Then you will see either they say yes, let's get started, or ask some questions, or no. Okay? And that's where you use the objection handling here. So there's typical objection handlings are like, you see, these are typical objections, but one thing that you want to get good at is don't be afraid of questions. If people ask questions, don't be afraid of questions. In fact, if they ask questions, you should be very happy. If they don't ask questions, that's when you're worried. Okay? If they ask questions, that's when you should be very happy. Okay? And have fun with the closing process. You see, and this is true for me. Okay, when I got started in network marketing, I'm a public speaker, so I have no problem presenting. Stage or one-on-one is perfectly not an issue for me. But when closing comes, I am scared shit about it. I am scared shit about asking. And even when I was working, okay, being in the sales before, the asking part is asking for the sale. There's always a hesitation for me. There's always a hesitation of asking for a sale. And that is where a lot of missed opportunities. The biggest reason why a lot of people don't get started in their own marketing is because they were never asked to get started. Did you realize that? A lot of people don't join is because they were not asked to join. So close often and close early and have fun doing it. Okay. And if you're hesitant, of course, they won't join. That's very obvious. All right. No emotional attachment to the result. That's very important, especially when you're handling objections and following up people. Have no emotional attachment to the results. All right. Now, this is something which you need to learn. Is basically convincing yourself that you love to close. It means I don't know how many of you have experienced this before, but during the early part of the presentation, you're excited. Oh yeah, presenting. Oh, I'm excited. As coming closer to the end of the presentation, you start getting nervous and like, oh no, I'm coming to the part where I gotta ask the question. Oh, I'm worried. That is going to be a problem, right? So you need to convince yourself that you love to close, so that it becomes fun and its process just flows naturally. All right. And when people ask the question, when they start asking you questions at time, it's usually around three areas. The three areas here. Does it work? Does it work? And through the presentation, we obviously can see from our presentation, we shows that it works because we have example proof of people having it work. Okay. So that's an answer. Does it work? Second is, can I do it? That means the person, can I do it? He has to believe that, can I do it? All right. And the third type of question is, will you help me? So this is usually around the areas that they will have questions about. And of course, different type of common objections are basic or challenges is as you listed down here. I don't have time, I don't have money, and so on. Now, I'm not going to go everything into this area because it takes too long. I have put out a playlist. Feel free to use this share it all you want. This is resources done by a very successful networker, okay, very successful networker in another company, and the beautiful part of him is that he gives this to everyone regardless of company. You see, a platform marketing professional, they teach everyone. We don't just teach my company and that's it. And he doesn't allow people to prospect in his classes also. So basically here, you can screenshot this and then you can type it in, okay? I don't know how I can type it out for you all. Let me just try. Let me put on stop sharing. Let's see if I can copy it out for you all.
So Jimmy, after this, he has this skill. He's going to go out there and he will start not having any more objections.
Awesome.
Yeah, we can try after this.
Here you are.
Wow, thank you, Alan.
This link, and I think Adrian will be familiar with this person. Okay, when he goes there, there's a selected number of videos which I chose. Okay, from his database of teachings, and these are all about handling objections, especially those common ones. You can use this as a resource for you all. Okay, feel free to learn from it. Learn from it. And one of the best things is to learn from multiple mentors from different companies, because you might never know the skills can use over here at Thanks I. All right. So that will be one of the great resources for you to handle objections. Okay. So hopefully that I've been able to add value to you all. Okay. I decided to add this in because Dr. Sri Gopi feel that this is an important part that I think a lot of people are facing. So feel free to use it. And perhaps one day we can actually have that type of training as well, Remy, handling objection training, where a lot of role play will take in place, because that one-way communication doesn't work. It has to be a role play. So let's hope that when this whole lockdown is over, we are able to gather together and we are able to do this type of training. But for now, use this as the resources and get together with your coach, your mentor, and let's then role play with them. All right. So thank you very much, and thank you all for paying attention and bearing with 2.5 hours session here. It's a very long session. I hope that no one has fell asleep. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Most welcome.
Thank you.
I'll pass you back to our
Thank
awesome goal host, Mr. Pak Yusuf.
Thank you, Alan. Thank you, Remy.
Thank you, Mr. Remy, Mr. Alan. Thank you for the training tonight.